Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets. Let me fix this nice. One of the best kept secrets on social media. Got another one for y'all. I'm proud to be an African descent in this USA. I'm proud to be an African descent in this USA. Let me explain. Now, before I continue, welcome. Um, Shout out to my underrated one family. Shout out, shout out to my LDBC fam, stands for Lions Den Boxing Community. Shout out to your brother, God Nollywood, as always. Thank you for coming. Stay right there, my brother. And also, A1 Hoops, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And also that stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also Boxing Community. So shout out to the LDBC. Also shout out to the hashtag uh, TWT family. You know, I'm glad that you here, brother. God and I might open up I might open up the panel, but I'm not gonna be here long. If I do it, I'm not gonna be here long. But I might open it up. Now I'm proud to be an African descent. People say, why you said that? Look at this USA had treated us as a people. They said we ain't patriot, but we are. Look at all the slaughters that we've been through. Rightfully so. Look at all the burnings of our property that we have to deal with. So true. And number one grinder. Look at they still killing us of all facts, all shapes of government. That is true. Look at they continually slaughter us that we fight for our rights. And look, other groups and so-called unnatural groups, they getting the benefits of it. Absolutely right. But I'm gonna tell you why that I'm a proud African descent. Because we had come here against our will. And despite everything that I mentioned, and still more, we resilient and we still here. And I'm still going to fight for our people here in this USA. I'm not saying abroad. Yeah, abroad. Well, yes. But here on this US soil. Guys, we got to fight for our rights, y'all. We got to keep on fighting. The battle is not over. That some of us feel we are. No, it's not. Because their brothers and sisters before us have paid the price for being here. The slaves that came here against their will, they paved the way. So I'm not going to turn my back on them. No. Now, there's some of us that want to turn your back on them. You got to answer to them. Not me. Not even like ones like me. Nah. We had made major contributions in this country that had other people around the world has benefit. So how I could turn my back on our contributions? And we still make a history of being original people. Now there's going to be some going to be in disagreement. It's cool, but I know this much as a as a as a part of the family of African descent in this country. We better recognize our past scholars, our past inventors, our past builders. and all the above. Because again, they paved the way for us. Matter of fact, if God Nollywood, if you still here, press one. If you still here, press one. A1 Hoops, if you still here, press one. I open up the panel. Let's talk about it. Cause again, I gotta finish. I gotta be out of here before 4:30. If you still here, press one. Okay. I'm gonna put the link, brother God Nollywood. I want you to come on to the panel. I want you to come to the panel, my brother. There goes the link right there. I want you to come to the panel. And anybody else that wants to come, I'm just saying, stick. Let's stick what we talking about. So I'm saying. So you can come right straight to the panel. Because we have to understand that society failed to understand this, that we did a lot for this country. We built the country what it is right now against our will. So when you got brothers and sisters that fight, they say we want to fight for reparations. We gotta we have to respect that. There are some think they are. Oh, we already got us. No, no. Us as a people still get underpaid. We still getting disfranchised. They restruct us. Bad schools. Little by little, they're taking our culture away of our schools. We don't put back in our communities that we should. The dollar's not circulating in our community that should. There are actually people from different countries come in this country, and then they be in our neighborhoods and they getting the money. Now there are people could say, "Hey, number one grinder, some of our people let it happen." You're absolutely right. But I would say this too. I'm not letting this system out the door either. I'm not letting the system off the hook. No, I'm not letting them off the hook. We should do a better job for our community. Yes. So we gotta understand, y'all. It's so y'all. Hold on, fam. So if you still there, God, now what I said, if you I send the link to your email too. But I'm thinking about the late great Dr. Francis Scott Cressy. That she bring the psychological for our people. See how this white supremacy has manipulated the system, our psychology of our mindset and everything else. That's the one that created the ISIS papers back in '69. Then you got the late great Dr. Henry Clark, that talk about the spiritual, the emotional, the culture of our people. Then you got the late great brother James Baldwin, writer. I know people say, yo, he's gay and stuff, but he never put his sexuality ahead of our people. I respect him for that. No, you gotta hit the link. I still looking for you. I don't see you. Hold on. I don't see you yet. You gotta hit the link. Yeah, hit the link. Mm, It's, mm, oh shoot. You hit the link. So there's a few more we gonna talk about. We were trying to get brother Guy Nollywood up here so we could talk about this. We could talk about this. That is very important. Cause I don't see you. I guess. If you're still there, brother, press one. Like I said, I send the link to your chat. I mean to your not chat. I send a link to your email too. I still don't see you, brother. Keep on while I'm talking. Let me put the link down there again. Yeah, but then we endure many massacres in this country too. Now, a lot of all of them, we should get reparations for them, but we haven't. But I'm just saying, no other people cannot say well how how resilient we are around the world. Yes, but especially in this country, nobody cannot say that. That's in our DNA. And the sad thing about we don't even rely on our DNA, yo. a continued slaughter, a continued massacre. What other people in this world could say that? What other people could say that? So that's why I'm proud to be a African descent in this country. Because I know what I made of. I do. I know what I made of. Hold on, let me see something. I don't know, but I don't see you, bro. I don't see you. Try your email. I don't know, because I don't see you. I don't see you at all. I don't see you. I don't see you at all. Keep on trying. Yes, sir. You go try through the email because I sent it to you over there too. Yeah, we got a lot of greats and made our culture the way it is right now. Universal, of music, education, agriculture, you name it, come from us. Look at the thumbnail I put up. Black Panther Party, Brother Seals, and my brother right there. They the first one created breakfast for our kids. I was part of that. Either lunch or some dinner. They protect our people around the country. There are some groups back then was recruiting the Black Panther Party to protect them. No, there you go. Got you, brother. Got you.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good,
What's good?
King?
I'm good, King. How you feel?
I'm good. I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay healthy, man. You know, I joined the gym and all that. You know what I mean? Joined Planet Fitness to keep my, you know what I'm saying? Just to keep healthy. You know what I'm saying?
That's
A
good.
lot,
That's
lot
good.
of people are dying, like, dying early. So I'm just trying to keep my health in check.
Got you. Now, I know you see the title, and
Hmm.
what's your input on it, my brother?
Nah, I mean, I was hearing I was hearing what you were saying, and I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. You're not. The good thing about I like what you said, that you all reckon yourselves as an African man in America. You know what I'm saying? And your first priority is to um, focus on the Africans is here. You know what I mean? And that is
Yes.
not. I don't have a problem with that. I just think that only problem I have when I hear people, you know, when they say stuff like, I'm an FBA and I'm an ADOS, because what they're saying is that they're a descendant of an institution,
Mm-hmm.
not as a people of land. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to say I'm a descendant of an institution like slavery,
Right.
because that's what ADOS mean, or this FBA crap that
Right.
Tariq Nasheed is doing. This is the reason why that hidden museum is a fraud, it's a fake. You know what I mean? Because it don't really have any substance to our existence.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So
Got you.
yeah, so no, no, the title is legit. I definitely was hearing what you're saying, and
Appreciate that.
our people, our people have fought for this country. We have every right to be here, just like everybody else. But I think what's us is that although we built the country, but we didn't build it for ourselves. We built it for another race of people who don't like us.
That's true. And that's why before you come here, right? Before you came, I was playing devil advocate
Right.
to let people know. Yeah, we was, we, we. Well, I forgot some of it, but I'm gonna play devil advocate. We're gonna do it again. I do it for
Yeah,
you,
let's
bro.
do it.
We
Let's
gonna
do
do
it.
it. I do it. Gonna do it. Hey, brother. Hey, look. We we the most patriotic. Yeah. Well, but we Africa in this country. Yeah. Hey, we came against our will.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, but we still African.
That's right.
They say that we descendants of slaves. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa! I made that one up, man, for you. I did it for you. But we African.
Hmm.
See, why I create this today, and I thought about you too. I did. I don't want to listen. I know slavery will happen. You hear what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Right.
And I
Hmm.
respect them. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is this: let's not forget about we still Africans.
That's right. That doesn't change.
That doesn't change nothing. So I am part African descent family in this country. I'm an African that came
Right.
against about that I came against my will.
That's right.
I mean our will.
That's right.
And we built this country on the back. So they the one they got the abundance. But we ain't got hardly got no abundance.
That's right.
And that's the conversation that I want to continue this day forward
Hmm.
because we fail to understand that. We are still getting disfranchised as a people in this country. We have patented a lot of stuff in this country that other nationalities has benefited around the world
Hmm.
for decades.
Right. That's right.
When are we going to talk about that as Africans? When are we going to be in power to take our patents back so the money could come in our community, the money we could build our own nation? Now, I used to look at adults, Adolfs and all that, and I feel they got it all right, but I'm just saying, but you're not saying you're African.
They're not.
Why,
They're
why,
not.
yeah, why you letting mainstream media tell you how to speak? I'm African. You African. It's not wrong. You come from Africa. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the motherland. That's the source. And that's what our people we fail to understand. That's our source. Now there are some Africans in the motherland said we not part of it. We're not listening to them. And I want you to come back in the near future so we can address them too. Because they need to be addressed because those are the same ones that come in this country and reap the benefits on our back, but they still talking of that we don't have no parts of the main source. But you reap benefits here. But that's another conversation that I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have that conversation.
Now you made a great point because the whole purpose of them bringing us over here is to dehumanize us,
Yeah.
right? They went from we went from they called us Negro, which Negro it's in Spanish. That means a black thing. We was considered property. That's when people say, "Oh, you're a Negro," that's an insult. That should be an insult. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
because I'm nobody's property. I'm not a crayon. I'm not none of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we use the word, but this is what I tell black folks when it comes down to our history, right? When we use the word black, just like the black cat, Basset, the goddess Basset, that was the black cat. She had the cat. She was with the jewels around the black cat's neck. That was considered a symbolic. The word
Mm-hmm.
black is really a symbolic term. It
Mm-hmm.
means great, it means power, it means wealth. This is the reason why you say the black gold. That means the oil, considered the black gold, the black card. That's symbolic of power. Has nothing to do with a race of people. There's no such thing as no black land.
Mm-hmm.
Africa is land. We all Africa, the word Africa did not come from white folks. And I'm sick and tired of these Negropeans, because that's what they are. Always giving credit to white folks. Oh, well, white people came up with the word Africa. That's not true. Actually, it was the ancient Egyptians that came up with that.
It
Africa,
is.
Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when white people took over, when this guy named Africanus, he named himself from because he conquered the northern part of Africa. He named himself because once they conquered something, they named it. They named that country after They take the name and they name it for themselves to let you know, hey, I conquered that part of the land.
Mm-hmm.
This is facts.
Yes.
So they the whole purpose, brother, was they're not going to call you an Afro white man, not going to call you African because that was a sign of power. The whole purpose was to get you away from your motherland.
And
Because
you,
once you know about who
yeah.
you are, you're gonna fight back. And that's what they did not want. So they call you a Negro. Then they went from Negro to colored. Then they went from colored to black. Oh, you just a black guy. You just black. You just black. Why do you think when mixed people come into the earth, they say, well, I'm black and Puerto Rican. I'm black and Indian. I'm black and Italian. How come they don't say African and Italian? How come they don't use the word African? Because the word black doesn't mean anything. Well, yeah, I'm black, but my real where I'm really from is well because they want to be connected to what they think is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem. So we're gonna restore you and I, brother,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the Pan Africans. We're gonna restore that power right back into that word Africa.
And that's a good point, brother, because you talk about Pan African, and they are quiet. And I know there's quiet people call themselves Pan African, but they not one. If you're Pan African, you gotta represent the roots of Africa.
That's right. That's right.
You just cannot say that you Pan African but you're taking on European mindset. You're taking on white supremacist mindset. And let me explain, people. You know what I'm going ready to say. You're going to get what I'm saying, brother. I think you're going to love this. White supremacy doesn't mean that, now, let me tell you, white supremacy, Europeans is the owner of that. But it doesn't mean they just hold that. There's quite a few nationalities, right, that been embellished this in a long time. So we gotta hold them accountable too. And we gotta have that conversation too.
I agree. I agree.
And they the one is giving reparations off us too. You go ahead, bro.
No, I agree. I agree. I just think that like I said, Pan African is really Africans of abroad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that doesn't, so that's what Pan means. Pan means abroad. You got Pan Asians, you got Pan Europeans, you got Pan, you got yellow people that say, well, I'm Pan Asian. You got Europeans that's, well, I'm Pan European. You might not hear it a lot, but they do say it. So when we say we Pan African, we just say we African of abroad. We everywhere, but that doesn't mean that we're not African. That's like me. That's like you take a African lion out of Africa, and and just say and then when their offspring was born in the United States, would that lion still be a African lion? Yes, yes, because the DNA don't change. The DNA don't change. That's the reason why when you go to the zoos and all that, they always say the African lion, and that lion could have been 4 generations in the United States, but it's still an African lion. And that's all they know is that habitat, that small habitat. That's all they know. But it's still an African lion. That never been in Africa, but it's still an African lion. So if you could say that to a lion, then why all of a sudden you can't say that about me? Well, if you so African, why you gonna go live in Africa? Well, I'm like Freddie Lou Hamer. When you start sending back the Chinese to go to China, when you go sending back the Italians to go to Italy, then I'll go back to my motherland. I don't have to go nowhere. And I still be an African man celebrating my African roots. I can go to Africa right now and get citizenship. That's not going to change who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they call it continental Africans. That's what they call it, continental Africans. See, people need to really, really understand. See, there's a lot of brainwashing. Now, all of a sudden, we went right back to colorism because now all of a sudden you got these silly Negroes talking about, well, I'm a person of color. What the hell does that mean? Because you're afraid to call yourself African. You might offend your white friends. This is sad. It's sad, and this is what I don't even like having silly debates with these self-hating Negroes on here. It's just draining. It's draining. Now all of a sudden they're Indian. Now there's black Indians. I never saw a black Indian. I never saw one. I saw a red Indian, but I never saw a black Indian with kinky hair, unless they were doing a lot of mixing going around. That's the only way you could be what they call a black Indian or whatever that is. So all this indigenous black Indian stuff, that's pseudo. You know what I mean? All that
Oh,
pseudoism,
yeah.
all this Hebrew Israelite crap that you're hearing now, and and that's another thing too. The Hebrew Israelites. Let me get to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Hebrew Israelites. They trying to separate Africans and Negroes, right? They trying to separate it. So now they said, but we're not African. We're not the center of. We're not Hamites. You know what I'm saying? We're not a Hamite because Ham was one of the sons of Noah.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll say, well, we're Negroes, but Negro came from white folks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the white man called you, a Negro. He called you a property. He called you a thing because that's what it means in
Mm-hmm.
Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So you taking something that white folks and then at the same time you talk about Esau. Well, Esau is hated by God, but then you take Esau's words and you apply it by yourself and then you're gonna say that you're not African. But then according to the Bible, that you benefited from Africa. You lived in Africa. You ate among the Egyptians. But then you want to curse Africa by practicing Passover. Because that's what Passover means when you punishing African people that fed your ass, that educated you.
Yeah, and let me say this about the Indians. You know Dr. Claude Anderson, right?
Yep.
And Dr. Claude Anderson had broke down how the Indians enslaved us. Now people think it's the eight. Now I'm gonna tell you the famous treaty was 1865 that Dr. Claude Anderson. Y'all need to take a good look at that very carefully. But also there was other treaties of 30, 40 years even before that led up to 1865. So the Indians even enslaved us almost 100 years.
That's true.
And people, you better, I talked about this for
Get that get
years.
get that book. Get that book. Black Slave and Red Masters. Get that book.
You better read it very carefully. Cause I'm really looking for that book, bro. I want to
It's
get
true.
it
You,
for
you should get on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
okay, yeah. Yeah, we talk more about that. Because I'ma tell you something. Why do you people talking about the $10 Indians, the $5 affluent white? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We already know about that. That's public grounds of U.S.A. But understand this: what I'm saying, the U.S. government with the Indians was enslaved over 100 something. They were paying them to enslave us
That's
in the
right.
South and even in New York along the eastern coast. Okay. I want you to understand it very clearly. And there was at times we can't even get citizenship.
Yep.
They were doing
Yep.
heinous things to us, almost worse than the Europeans. And I'm not leaving out Saudi Arabia either. That's another that's another live. So if now what I'm saying, bro, every nationality has got some part of reparations off us, bro.
Big time.
And I'm not talking about the world. I'm not talking about the world. We already know about the world is, but I'm talking about in this U.S. soil. So, I mean, repeat this. Every nationality of somewhat got reparations of the best of African descent in this country. These are facts. So when we going to talk about that?
But we don't even have to go that far. We could talk about the civil rights era. How every other race had benefited off our struggles
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and back.
yeah, yeah. I was.
We can go back in the '60s.
Yeah, we can go to 60. I was born 66, so we even before that. Yeah, yeah. You're right.
So all the Voting Rights Acts, we fought for that, but everybody else benefited. The Chinese, the Asians, they wasn't voting. They wasn't allowing Asians to vote, or the Latinos, what they, I guess what they call Hispanics or whatever you
Chinese
want.
wasn't voting. The Indian, even the
No,
Indians,
no, they
the
could no,
Pakistanians, none of them wasn't even voting.
no, they wasn't voting. We decided to do that because we wanted to be heard as a people. And then all of a sudden they said, okay, all right, so we're gonna fix you. Then we're gonna take your affirmative action, everything you worked for, we're gonna spread it to everybody to get the benefit. And once again, it put us right back into the back seat of the goddamn bus. So now you have white women talking about affirmative action and civil rights movement. What? You watched us getting lynched. You set us up to get lynched.
And you know, I don't under, you
And
know,
none of these white, and none of these, and I'm gonna hate to say this, but I'm gonna say this: none of them white bitches
oh,
never said anything about the Emmett Till situation.
no. And let me say this, bro. Let me say this, bro. And I have to say this, bro. You know, we kings, right? Kings tells the truth, right?
Facts.
King, king, king stick up against this evil system, right?
Right.
Whatever consequence it happens, it happens, right, King?
You're right. Facts.
Okay. So I'm going to say this, and I want people to understand this. And I'm talking about the women, because we all talk about the men. The men goes for men too. Let me say that. But it goes for the women too. Black women, when you with that black man, no matter if you're married or you're not married, or in a relationship, just understand these men just want you for an asset. These white women, and them women do not look like you, want you for an asset. It's always, they always gonna cause division
Mm-hmm.
in the household. I want you to understand that. That's why I can never, no, I ain't gonna say understand. What piss me off, brother, and I'm talking about the men and the women. When you go to these jobs, you want them to respect you.
Mm-hmm.
You look them to validate you.
Mm-hmm.
For what? These big companies, these unions, and them other places and stuff. Though I think they are so. And then we don't even talk about the brothers and sisters. We talk about decades ago that fight for the unions so we could be in and create our own union too. We don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like A. Philip Randolph, that later on, almost 40 years after that, that he's one of the founders of the beginning of the civil rights movement. Oh, nobody want to talk about A. Philip Randolph,
Nope.
but he was the one that started unions for the Pullman Railroad, and even the other opened the other unions around the country because we wasn't getting accepted.
Mm-mm.
And I'm talking about, well, I ain't talking in the 60s. I'm talking almost 40 years before that, family. And he get it from the ground up. He did it from the ground up. So we Africans now. And I hate with the other the groups that you just talked about a few minutes ago, and rightfully so. But y'all refuse to say African. But you pick up the Bible, look at the Bible where it says. But you stay on the soil that our ancestors died for
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just fight to be in existence.
Mm-hmm.
The fight to be in existence. And we want to carry on and just want to be validated for these people. That's why I don't validate nobody, doggone. So I fight with the evil system. I don't mind that. I don't mind fighting the evil system. I don't mind being the few. I don't mind go through the headaches because what our ancestors had to go through, you can't even think about, bro. It makes you
Mm-hmm.
cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dang, just to be in existence.
That's right.
So why am I gonna turn my back on that, bro? I can't do it. Yo, I'm not built for that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not built for that. Nah. I told evil said you gotta take me out. because I'm fighting. Forget all
Mhm.
that. Forget all that. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to fight to make sure that African people that we part of the human family, no matter you like it or not. You don't
Mhm.
like that. It's too bad because I'm coming. And I've been
Mhm.
coming for years and years and years. And I know my brother, his own way, come for years and years and years. And we need more brothers that had the mindset like us. You gonna do it in a different way, but I do it in a different way. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, we are African people.
That's right. That's
And we
right.
have to understand we on the soil that we on, the soil that we on. I'm gonna take our USA for a second. We stay on the soil that they built, that me and you and others could be on. To trying to find whatever liberty that we deserve. Not the ones on paper in USA. That's what I'm talking about. Because
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, I'm an African. My late mother, my late father, Africans.
Mhm.
And they own where they fought. So now you try and take away our origin? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're not gonna do that. No, 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 no. Today and even before that, I could say this. I know this brother for a long time. I talked to. He always fight for our people. He had
Mhm.
he had his channel getting interrupted all time because he fight for our people. Oh, he don't. Yes, he do. He's in the same fight now. Yeah, probably a little differently, but he's in the same fight.
Mhm.
That's what people fail to understand. Let's stop. We gotta stop being too sensitive.
Right. Right.
Me and my brother here, we doing it a different way. But the one path is one way only, is the liberation of African people.
Mhm.
And we have to understand that. And we get caught up, oh, no, 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 no. See, the path is not the same, but the journey is.
Mhm.
Let me say it again. The path is not the same, but the journey is. And us as African people, in the African family in this country, have to understand that. I'm going to repeat it again. The path is different, but the journey is the same.
Mhm.
And when the journey is the same, that means the movement is the same. We have to understand, if the brother right here got a better idea than me, the better our people in this country as Africans, I'm going to put my thing in the pocket or whatever it is, because we're going to need that sooner or later. Because we have to understand, we have to be team players.
That's right.
Ain't all about I and this. No, it's very, very important, man. We have to understand that, y'all. We have to understand that. That's why the purpose is that the black man and the black woman, the only way we keep our family together, we had to restore it. But
Mhm.
Africa has to be in the forefront.
That's right. That's right.
Anything it is for Africa has to be in the forefront. We have to embrace Africa as an origin, as a spiritual, as a culture, wherever you put it, Africa has to be in the forefront.
Mhm.
That means we have to wake up our DNA to understand it, because each of us do have that will as Africans that never left. So, brother, I'm gotta get ready to go because I gotta take care of some last remarks, please.
Man, this been a just want to thank you for having me, brother.
Anytime.
Um, and thanks to the chat for those who's in the chat and those who'll be watching in the future. And again, yes, this is a team sport. It's definitely a team sport, just like NFL or any other sport. Everybody play a different position, but the whole goal is to win,
Hmm.
and that's what we're doing. So it's being a team sport. Like Brother Bakari said, Team Black.
Hmm.
So we have to rep that. We have to rep being a team. A race is a race. This is what they call it, a race. That means racing against other teams.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I always say we represent race first. Like Marcus Garvey said, race first.
Race
So we
first.
represent race first. So yeah, definitely. But again, thank you, brother, for having me. And I can't wait to to chop it up with you again, man.
Oh,
Very soon.
it's gonna be very, very soon because we got to continue this. I'm thinking about may I think about probably make this as part 2. I mean
Okay.
part 1. I'm
Hmm.
thinking about it and bring you back a part 2 because we got to touch on the Indians, we got to touch on the Arabs, and also we got to talk about the other groups you're talking about.
Oh man,
Why?
that's gonna be
Why?
a deep that man. That's gonna be a deep topic.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So I hope I can get some more people. I pick them. Don't get me wrong. Or if there's some that you want to bring on,
Okay.
you could do that too. Because we gotta touch on those conversations because the Afro, there's a lot of us we not consider us as Africans, and it troubles
Hmm.
me. And I know
Yeah,
it
same
troubles
here.
you too. And we had to get that reconnection back.
Hmm.
And we had to explore these other nationalities, the Western nationalities that are pushing white supremacy mindset and also policies for decades. And they
Hmm.
also need to get called. Step up to y'all. Stop saying white people that they are Western nationality has pushing it, has oppressed African descent in this country for a long time, and it has to be addressed.
Hmm.
So if
Hmm.
it's not for you, I'm talking about the ones outside. If it's not for you, it ain't for you. It's understandable. But understand this: the truth is the truth. It's not Brother Nollywood truth, and it's not the number one grinder truth. It's the truth. The truth is we are Africans,
Facts.
and that's all it is. So, on behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. I mean, on social media. I'm sorry, on social media, the best of the business. And y'all have a great day. And understand, y'all are African. Y'all African descent in this country. You come from rich people. Come from rich history, international history. And the USA do not want us to be Africans, but we
That's right.
are Africans. I'm saying it, brother. God now was saying it. We are Africans. So thank you again, brother. I will hit you up very, very soon.
All right, my brother.
All
Talk to you
right.
later. All right.
Peace. This
Peace.
one is Ghost. Good evening.